Are you getting older and just feel tired, weak, and unmotivated? Or maybe you've decided you want to get back in shape, but you just feel like you lost your mojo. Well, all of those things could be symptoms of low testosterone. So in this video, we're going to look at the symptoms, the causes, and what you can do about it. Stick around. So as we dive into this subject, first I'd like to say that although I've got a son who's a doctor, I'm not a doctor. My goal here is to digest and condense down the information that I've researched from a health and fitness perspective for people who are aging like myself, and to hopefully put it in a form that's educational, maybe entertaining, and hopefully useful. And secondly, I'd like to say that if at the end of this video you feel like you may be low on testosterone, then I'm going to put a link in the description to an online resource for lab tests that are really inexpensive, so you can find out for sure before you go down that road. And with that, let's get started. Testosterone plays a vital role in lots of your bodily functions, including muscle mass, your mood, and your energy levels. The problem with testosterone is by the time you reach your 30s, it begins to decline. And by the time you get to the age of 70, you could have as little as half the testosterone that you had when you were in your 20s. So even if you do everything right, your testosterone levels are probably going down as you age. Some of the symptoms of low testosterone include fatigue, emotional changes, lack of drive, muscle weakness, loss of muscle, lack of sex drive, and even erectile dysfunction. Now, the problem with just looking at those symptoms and saying I've got low T is that a lot of those symptoms can be reflective of other conditions that you may have. It's also possible to have low testosterone and not have any of those symptoms, because the symptoms do vary from individual to individual, depending on a lot of other factors, including genetics and lifestyle. So what are the things that contribute, besides age, that contribute to low testosterone? So the first one that interests me is obesity. Being overweight can reduce testosterone levels. That's because fat cells produce an enzyme called aromatase, which can convert testosterone into estrogen. And you know that estrogen is a female hormone, and even though we need it, we don't want to lose our testosterone to that conversion. Second, let's talk about stress. Stress can reduce testosterone levels, and that's because stress causes your body to release cortisol, and cortisol can interfere with the production of testosterone. Another one is chronic diseases. Chronic diseases like kidney disease, diabetes, and others can also lead to reduced testosterone. Along with chronic diseases, there's medications probably for those chronic diseases that can also reduce testosterone. So if you're on medications, it can also reduce your testosterone levels. Poor diet is also a great cause of lower testosterone levels. If you're eating crappy food, junk food all the time, probably going to have lower testosterone levels. And along that same lines, there's two biggies: alcohol abuse and tobacco abuse are going to reduce your testosterone levels. And then of course, last but not least on my hit parade is lack of exercise. If you're not getting enough exercise, your testosterone levels are going to go down. So in brief, those were some of the symptoms of low T and some of the causes of low T. So if you think you have low T, what can you do about it? Well, the first thing you can do is get enough exercise. Can never stress that enough. As you age, exercise, particularly resistance exercise, is one of the most important things you can do for longevity, for health, and just general well-being, and including keeping your testosterone levels higher. You also have to eat a healthy diet. If you eat McDonald's and Burger King and junk food all the time, it's going to have an impact on your overall health, but it's going to have an impact in particular on your testosterone levels. So eat a healthy diet and make sure you're getting enough protein. Protein, as we age, becomes more and more important because our bodies get less and less capable of utilizing the protein. So you actually need more as you age, not less. So make sure that every time you eat, you get some protein in your meal, and that's going to help you with your testosterone as well. And of course, along with the exercise and eating right is maintaining a healthy weight. Don't let yourself get obese in the first place. And if you are obese, work very hard to get yourself back to fighting weight, because your body's going to function better. And eating the healthy diet and getting enough exercise both are part of maintaining a healthy weight, because obesity, as we said before, is one of the things that really drives down testosterone levels. Also, work on reducing stress. Take up meditation, do whatever it takes to reduce the stresses in your life, because stress increases your cortisol, which, among other things, besides causing your body to store fat, also reduces your body's ability to produce testosterone. In addition to that, of course, quit smoking if you smoke, don't start if you haven't, and be very mindful about how much alcohol you consume. Too much alcohol is going to reduce your testosterone levels. Now, I know there's a lot of information out there about supplements as well, so let's discuss what you can do, what you can eat specifically, what supplementation you can do besides just getting on testosterone replacement therapy. What other things you could do that are more natural ways of potentially increasing your testosterone level. So there's several supplements that have been studied and show some promise in increasing your testosterone levels. Let's kind of go over them one by one. So first of all, zinc. It's a real common supplement, and a deficiency of zinc is known to have an impact on testosterone levels. If you're low on zinc, it could decrease your testosterone levels. So zinc may be a supplement that you need. Magnesium is another important mineral that you could take, because magnesium stimulates the production of luteinizing hormone, which is one of the hormones that stimulates testosterone production. Vitamin D is another surprising one, that if you're not getting enough vitamin D, and if you live in a place where there's not a lot of sun, you're probably not getting enough vitamin D. Vitamin D can also have an impact on your testosterone levels, so it wouldn't be a bad idea for a lot of other reasons too to get a vitamin D supplement. Fenugreek is a supplement that you can buy that also has been shown to increase testosterone in men, and it's because it does the same thing. It increases the production of luteinizing hormone, which helps stimulate testosterone production. Ashwagandha is another supplement that you can get that could potentially help increase testosterone in men, and it does that by reducing stress levels in men. It has a calming effect and helps reduce your stress levels, so that could help reduce cortisol levels and could increase production of testosterone. To kind of consolidate all those potential supplements and maybe even a few more, I found a company called Innosupps that has a supplement stack that kind of covers all of these things and maybe more. And I'll put a link in the description below to their site so that you can potentially get all your supplements in one spot. So to sum it all up, if you're feeling the effects of low testosterone, like loss of libido, loss of energy, loss of mojo, there's lots of things you can do, things you can change in your diet, behavioral changes you can make that can help, along with potentially testosterone replacement therapy. So if you don't know your numbers, it's probably worthwhile to get your numbers checked. So check out the testing that I put in the link below. And if you're looking for a supplement, Innosupps might be your resource. But in the meanwhile, make sure you get enough exercise, reduce stress in your life, get your weight under control, clean up your diet, and get yourself in shape. That's the best things you can do naturally to get your T levels back up. Thanks for watching.